we propose that let the CISF provide security at
Yes.
the premises
Yes.
of this hospital.
And my lord, one more thing.
I have no problem problems with that.
My lord, one more thing.
Idea is that
Now
their
that-
security is paramount. So please,
Yes.
if your lordship
My
wants.
lord, now one more, my lord, I am inviting this order. The person who has complained, my lord, we do not know. But the state possibly knows. They say that the email was received at 22. Let that person be given special security by the CISF. Now the state knows about the person.
We will do it.
They don't want to reveal their identity.
You can't say whether the state police is incapable of all this.
100 no.
Here the metro
Lordship, 105 complaints have gone.
Many, did you get the figure?
Yes, Your Lordship. So there are 700 residents, 250 ladies, and only 100 are there now.
250.
Mm. 250.
30 to 40 female.
150 have left.
Yes,
Yes.
Your Lordship,
100.
approximately 30. Yes.
30 to 40 female residents and 60 to 70 male residents remain. Everybody else has gone.
32.
Lordships, I am told 30 to 40 female residents and 60 to 70 male residents remain. Rest have all fled.
And 2.
My lord, we have this information.
Total 700.
My lord, when I
Destroyed.
Lord, when I said there is no law and order,
Emergency.
it's not a political statement. We have this information and more.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
This is the
My lord, in the-
situation on ground.
Just 1 second. On the night of 15 August 2024, at midnight on 15 August 2024, when acts of wanton vandalization of the premises of the RG Medical College Hospital took place, a mob of persons is alleged to have systematically attacked the male and female doctors, emergency hospital staff, and hostels. Full stop. Ms. Saprajita Singh, Senior Counsel, appearing on behalf of the resident doctors, has placed on the
Lordships, I'm not on the resident. I'm for organization of doctors from West Bengal because they are too scared. They don't want to come in.
for an organization of doctors from West Bengal
Protect the warriors.
has placed on the record a copy of an email addressed on 19 August 2024 by a senior resident at the Medical College Hospital, setting out the details of the incident which took place. Stop. The court has been apprised of the fact that there were approximately 700 resident doctors at the RG Medical College Hospital. Full stop. Following the incident, which took place on the night of 15 August 2000 on the night between 14 and 15 August 2024, most of the resident doctors have left their place of duty, as a consequence of which
approximately 30 to 40 female doctors and 60 to 70 male doctors have only remained in their hostels. Full stop. It is essential to create safe conditions for the doctors to return to their duties so as to enable them to not only pursue their duties, not only to pursue their own education, but to administer medical care to their patients. Full stop. Accordingly, the court has been assured by Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, that the Central Industrial Security Force shall be deputed in sufficient strength. So, Central Reserve Police Force shall be deputed in sufficient numbers to guard the facilities of the R.G. Clark Medical College and Hospital, including the hostels where the resident doctors stay. Mr. Kapil Sibal, Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, states that there is no objection to such a course of action being adopted so as to bring security to the
Well, then they'll be responsible. I'm sorry to say, they'll be responsible, Manoj, because there are two kinds of forces can't be there, Manoj.
with the provision of central security.
Or is it
in the
an
hospital,
information or a
we
threat?
hope and trust that the doctors will resume duties at the earliest. Full stop. Any concerns which they may have in regard to their safety may be placed in the form of an email jointly addressed by the doctors to the Registrar Judicial of this court for further necessary directions.
But I have one submission to make, that CBI is not now inquiring about the activities of the principal. On the wake of it, the state government.
We'll share this email with the solicitor, this email please, and keep it in, because we don't.
It would be kept in
we don't want
confidence,
the
Manoj.
doctor to be targeted.
No, otherwise but now state of course knows, the state police would know because they have received, but I will keep it safe. Manoj.
But this state has constituted a seat for the
cover में तो डाल दो,
cover में
cover में डाल दो, sir.
which is CBI.
No, the Lordships, we have assured the doctor, sorry,
To create conflict.
Yes, here's the matter that we'll deal with on.
we've assured the doctor
Mr.
that the name
Solicitor,
will
please
not.
look at
that
the,
is-
Mr. Solicitor, please look at the designation of that person who has submitted. Just look at the designation of the.
I will. Right now I'm not, Manoj, seeing that.
Yes,
Take it up on Thursday morning now.
no problem, no problem.
Subject to filed and sealed cover. Whatever we
Shall be at dawn.
All the petitions
If you
will
are
be
not
happy.
willing to do that on Thursday, if there's some concern, please come back to us.
Lordships.
We'll assure the doctors all over the country that whatever concern they have, please place it before us to.
are most grateful.
Council are here.
Your
We'll
Lordship,
assuage your grievances the extent that we can.
What Friday?
I'm sure this is a complete non-adversarial procedure.
Absolutely non-adversarial. We are grateful, Your Lord. Lordships have taken up.
We'll have to file a status report. If you'll have
Lordship, this on
to, easier
Thursday.
if we have it on Friday morning, Manoj.
Friday, this bench in this combination is not available.
Can it be
But
Monday? We also get some time to prepare the status report.
Thursday morning.
We'll hand it over on Thursday morning, Manoj.
it goes to Tuesday then. So
No,
that's
but
why
no,
we
we'll hand it over on Thursday morning then, Manoj, the status report.
Can it be Tuesday, Manoj?
We'll keep it on Thursday.
Which-
Thereafter, we'll keep it on Tuesday. We'll have a brief hearing on Thursday.
Yes.
Monitor the situation across the country and then place it on Tuesday. But you can give us your status reports even by Thursday morning. There's no difficulty.
So all petitions may be listed. All petitions.
Now, if it was not taken on record, it was filed late, Lord, it may be.
So all petitions.
Lordships President, your Lordships added a sentence, there will be a stay of the order. Now, whereas the stay of the order means the CRP will revive. Now, under COC, normally COC would be a constituted end.
We are taking up the matter. We are
On the 23rd.
No, 20, no, Manoj, your Lordship is taking
No, it's not
23rd.
coming up
What has
today,
happened
but
is
some
that your
interim
Lordships,
arrangement. I
your
support,
Lordship's
Dr.
order,
Singh.
no, one minute.
Dewan will take up the matter. There's no difficulty.
They should not, COC should not be,
Obviously not
no, no,
take-
not,
take up-
COC should not be constituted in that time because then I have to file a 12A.
My lord, COC.
I am not objecting, Malaj. I am saying.
During the parties, it's coming up.
Malaj, I am.
I am only say,
Lord, only a minute, my lord.
How many people
Appointment of a COC
All that you
constitution.
should do is, there
RP should not constitute the COC before Friday. That's all I'm saying.
Lord, constituting
may be
COC.
some difficulty about this combination of three sitting on Friday. We can take it either on Thursday or Monday, whatever is
But
convenient.
can it be tomorrow, my lord, subject to your lordship's
Tomorrow or-
availability and.
Tomorrow we have the constitution
Or
day.
then Thursday.
Tomorrow is the constitution day.
Lord, Thursday, my lord.
Thursday.
Thursday, my lords.
We can take it up on.
Because
Surely,
once COC
surely
is
between now and day after, they will not constitute.
Lord, it is
Fair enough.
the matter, my lord, without hearing will be allowed if COC is constituted.
Thursday we'll take it.
Only once. Center, it will be infructuous if the COC is made in these 48 hours. They should not make a 48 hours.
Yes.
Very well, Malaj. We made our concern. Clear to your lordships. If they go and create a COC in these 2 days.
The others, can you just circulate emails? In the afternoon, I'll deal with it. Emails and ensure that all matters are listed. Just circulate an email.
Which is connected to Sumoto Writ Petition 2 of 2024. That writ petition was filed by Association of Healthcare Private Limited, Tamil Nadu chapter in 2019. Notice was
Order for listing the matter, just talk to the registrar. In 10 minutes, once he's free from here, there would be already an order for listing.
system.
So this is now.
Lords, if your lordships can consider indicating, my lord, the concerns which your lordships would like us to assist.
Yes, Solicitor, Mr. Sybil is appearing for the date of visit.
Your Lordship, with Mr. Subin, in this matter, Your Lordship, I'm also assisting Your
I'm
Lordship.
appearing for the Delhi Medical Association. We have filed an application.
State of West Bengal is represented by Mr. Sybil.
Yes, Mona.
This is
I appear for
Indian.
Indian.
The Bengal Doctors, the Association of Bengal.
Lord, I am appearing for the original writ petition. On
Your Lordship, I'm.
order the CBI was done.
My Lord, I'm appearing on behalf of the petitioner.
Number of interveners.
Yes,
Please,
Not that you have
appearing on behalf of the petitioners.
calling out who they are appearing for. We'd only request the interveners to give a slip of paper to the court master indicating who you are appearing for. We'll take that.
We'll give it, my lord.
Otherwise, we'll spend the next 10 minutes and only,
I am appearing for the Indian Medical Association. We'll give our slip, my lord.
We'll give and my lord, I am for the writ petitioner at whose behest the investigation was transferred to CBI.
Right. But the reason why, I must make it clear, the reason why we decided to take suo motu cognizance, we are conscious of the fact that the High Court was entertaining a petition which was filed by the petitioners who are here before us, is because this is really now not just a matter relating to a particular murder which takes place in a hospital in Kolkata, which is horrific in the nature of the crime, but it raises systemic issues in regard to the safety of doctors.
Lord, two more incidents, one in Bombay and one in Ahmedabad after Calcutta.
Let the Chief Justice, please.
This deals with the systemic issue of safety of doctors across India.
Yes.
There are a couple of things, Ms. Sybil, before we deal with the broader aspects of safety and what we propose to do, we'll tell you in a
I have something to assist on that, neutrally.
First, on matters of safety, we are deeply concerned about the fact that there is a virtual absence of safe conditions of work for young doctors across the country, particularly in public hospitals. As we know, these are all young interns, they are residents, senior residents, doctors, and most importantly, women doctors.
Yes.
Who are subject to of graver dangers and vulnerable.
They are vulnerable.
By virtue of the nature of their
Absolutely.
because of gender.
Working hours.
Just and working hours. Most of the young doctors have to put in somewhere
36 hours, my lord, stretch.
We find that there are no duty rooms available, no separate restrooms or duty rooms available for men and women doctors, for the other nursing staff, for the paramedical staff who are also on duty. And therefore, we must evolve a national consensus to ensure that there must be a standard national protocol to ensure that safe conditions of work are provided. This is not a matter of providing protection either to women or protection to doctors in general. It's a matter of creating safe conditions of work. So that they, ultimately, what is equality under the Constitution all about? If women cannot go to a place of work and be safe, then we are denying them the basic conditions of equality. And therefore, we are entertaining this, and I'll very shortly share the way we want to proceed with this. To ensure that ultimately, it's not that every time that there is a rape or murder that the conscience of the nation is awakened. We have to do something right here and now to ensure that these conditions of safety are maintained in terms of protocols which will not just be on paper, but protocols which will be enforced across India. Now, insofar as what happened in Kolkata is concerned, a couple of things from what we have. Of course, first, let me begin by saying that we are deeply concerned of the fact that the name of the deceased who was assaulted and murdered, the name has been published all over the media. Photographs have been published all over the media. Video clips, obviously, either before or after the postmortem, have been published, showing her body, after she was subjected to it. It's extremely concerning. We are the first to recognize the right to free speech, but there are well-settled parameters.
It is extremely painful. I agree entirely with you.
Which have been laid down in now the new criminal procedure code by judgments of our court in Nipun Saxena, that you will not publish the names of the survivors of sexual assault. In this case, the person.
It's a criminal offense.
We have filed 50 FIRs on that count. 50 FIRs.
And it was circulated, nobody should publish.
May I just inform your lordships, before the police reached, photos were taken and these were circulated. We didn't allow anything to happen. We cordoned off the area.
Is this the way we provide dignity and respect the privacy of an individual who has lost her life as a young doctor.
Yes.
But apart from that, Ms. Isabel, I'm happy that you are here for the state of West Bengal. A couple of important, why quite a few aspects of the way the matter proceeded. It appears that the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning.
Yeah.
Yes. No, in the evening.
After the crime was detected in the early hours of the morning, the principal of the hospital tries to pass this off as a suicide.
Not true, not true, not
Her
true.
parents are not allowed to see the body. The parents are not allowed to see the body for almost.
No, Malad, this is, I'm sorry. Anyway, Malad, this is
Not
the
that
impression.
our investigation also
We'll have to play. Place the facts before your lordships. We have investigated that. This is not correct.
So,
Let us read the order.
until late night, we find that no FIR was registered.
That's also not correct. Not correct.
What time was the FIR registered?
Malad, in fact, we did what is called what we call a UD case, Malad.
UD case.
Unnatural death case registered.
Yes, unnatural death case.
Registered.
But
Immediately.
that's right.
That's an FIR, Malad. That's an FIR.
Not the body is discovered.
The UD case. The FIR registered formally. The police.
Malad's inquest was done and then FIR registered immediately and the investigation started.
What time
Should have been done.
the FIR registered?
12, Malad. 12:30.
Does the FIR say that this is a case of a murder?
No.
Yes, yes.
No, no,
No, my lord, we
Unnatural death. It was.
we have something.
Unnatural death. Inquest shows it's a case of murder, my
One
lord.
second.
Inquest shows it's a case of murder.
Inquest is done. The postmortem is. The autopsy is conducted.
Yes.
Now, till the night, no FIR indicating that this is a case. A case of a murder has been made out.
It has, Malad. I'm sorry. I'll place those facts before your lordship. It has been, Malad.
Lord, may I suggest?
From
My lord, may I
unnatural death,
suggest?
we registered the case
Lord,
for murder.
okay.
We caught the victim. He is a civic worker, Malad. It's an individual act. I show all that, your lordship.
And that's the first aspect.
Yes.
What was the principal doing? Why did he not, one, why was this kind of inaction on the part first an attempt to pass this off as a suicide instead of a murder?
I'm sorry, Malad. That's not correct.
Not recording, not registering an FIR till late in the evening. Third, the body itself is handed over to the parents sometime in the evening for cremation. Fourth, and that's a matter of very serious concern. On the next day, the doctors because they were all doctors working with her. The doctors are on protest. A group of persons, a mob assembles at the hospital. The hospital is invaded and the critical facilities are damaged in the morning or whenever the mob enters. What was the police doing?
Yes. But we have videos for all. Let me first of all state.
Surely, Mr. Sibal, the police, a very serious offense has taken place. The crime scene is within the precincts of the hospital. Now, that is the first thing that the police have to do, namely to protect the crime scene. What are they doing? Allow vandals to enter the hospital.
It's impossible that 7,000 people can gather without.
Allow me.
7,000 people can never gather without knowledge or consent of the.
This is not an adversarial litigation.
It's not. Therefore, let us not be in denial mode. One girl has lost life by not only a sexual pervert, he is an animal.
After the principal resigns from this medical college,
He sent to another hospital.
he's appointed as a principal of another college.
Okay, be that as let me first.
Conduct, at the least, his conduct is under scrutiny, and he's appointed as a principal somewhere else.
This is all.
We have a note on all this misinformation.
It's not but each other. There is a high court order.
What is the reality? Just show it to you.
Let them file the report, not
Well, just show it
matter tomorrow.
A couple of things which we would like
be
to.
there.
Well, let's make it very clear.
Yeah.
We would want the investigation has been handed over to the
CBI.
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Yes, done, yes.
We want CBI to file a status report before this court on Thursday.
Correct.
We will take up the case on Thursday. We want CBI to apprise us on the status of the investigation.
Correct.
The investigation obviously must be at a very sensitive stage so that it's something which will be submitted to the court.
For court's consumption, not making it public.
It's really an investigations update status report which will be given to us on Thursday. We will consider the status report on Thursday morning and see where the investigation is proceeding. Today, what we intend to do is that today we intend to pass an order. What we have done is, and three of us, that's why we were in conversation with each other. We have discussed the pros and cons. We are setting up, under the authority of this court, a national task force. The national task force will consist of a diverse segment of doctors from different parts of the country. We want them to make us recommendations in regard to the modalities to be followed across India. We're not only talking of the Ajikar Medical College and Hospital, but modalities to be followed all over the country for ensuring safety at the workplace first and foremost. For which our young doctors, the middle level doctors, the senior doctors are all today on protest and on strike. At the same time, we would, now that we are taking charge of these proceedings, we are appointing a national task force. It's our earnest request to doctors all over the country who have struck work. There are institutions where I know appointments are taken 2 years in advance. For instance, at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, appointments are taken 2 years in advance. If patients lose their slot, they go back by another 2 years.
Sure.
So we would really earnestly appeal to all the doctors that we are here to ensure that their safety and protection is a matter of the highest national concern. And therefore, this is something which we would earnestly appeal to all the young doctors that this is something, please trust us. That's why we have not left it to just the High Court. The High Court, of course, consists of very seasoned judges. The Chief Justice was monitoring the investigation by the CBI, but we felt that this is now not a matter of a particular offense, however serious and horrendous the offences, but something which affects the institution of healthcare pan-India. Therefore, the need for the Supreme
Mullahs,
Court.
we welcome this. I think this must be done, Mullahs. All of us must be very positive. But Mullahs, I have only one request. Mullahs, I have only one request. Yeah, sorry.
Lord, I need my lord 5 minutes on this, my lord.
That's what I said. Yes.
Who is the first informant? We were talking about the first information.
Yes.
Who is that first informant? Can you name us, please?
Name him.
Who is the first informant
we
who
just-
lodged the FIR?
The one I just find out for us.
And we would also like to know the time of the registration of the
The father of the victim.
Wait a minute, please don't interfere. Don't interfere.
The
please.
first UD case was done by the police on its own.
So that is not an FIR. What is section 174 of the old CRPC today? Can anyone assist us, please?
Yes. What's
So that's just a report.
Yes, to start the investigation.
Then who lodged the FIR?
183.
Was the father of the deceased?
Yes.
And then
Vice Principal of the hospital. First, the father of the deceased and vice principal of the hospital.
Okay. There cannot be two FIRs.
No, but both complaints were sent to us.
No.
Both complaints sent to us.
Tell us. Whose complaint is treated as,
Father of the deceased.
this is registered at what time?
11:45 p.m.
11:45?
PM.
And now
Next day. Next day.
Yes. The night. The night, Mother. In the night. In the night, Mother. In the night.
When is the body? One second. When is the body? When is the body handed over to the parents for cremation?
But let's kindly have this
Just
note
tell
that
us,
I've given.
what time is the body handed over to the parents for cremation? One second.
Around 3:30.
13:10.
No.
Therefore, one thing is very clear. The body is handed over to the parents for cremation at 8:30 p.m. The FIR is registered at 11:45 p.m. 3 hours and 15 minutes after the body is handed over to the parents of remain.
They refused to file. This is the problem. We handed it over. They filed the FIR. They made the complaint at 11:45. They say, we are in shock. Please do whatever you want to do. They wanted a postmortem. We did the postmortem. All is videographed. Everything is videographed.
The autopsy and the postmortem take place
Between 1:45 to 4 p.m.
Now, between 1:45 and 4 p.m.,
Yeah.
the autopsy takes place, followed by the postmortem.
The autopsy took place at 6 o'clock, not at.
Fair enough. That's all right. We'll take it as between 1 and 4 o'clock. It doesn't take place in 1 minute. It takes
That was when.
Videograph.
1 second. Don't keep on interrupting.
They wanted
So
a board. We
are
constituted a
proceeding-
board.
We are proceeding on the basis of Mr. Sibal's hypothesis that the autopsy and the postmortem take place between 1 and 4:45 in the afternoon. Now,
Lordship, there is-
notwithstanding this, clearly,
Lordship,
the autopsy would reveal that this is a case where a doctor has been murdered, where she has been murdered.
Yeah.
The FIR is registered at 11:40. Five in the night, Mr. Sibal?
Yeah.
And who was expected to register?
Yeah.
Nobody in the hospital registers the FIR.
No.
The father registers the. What was the principal or the vice principal? What were the authorities of the hospital doing?
They wanted a board. We constituted. Constituted a board. They wanted a magistrate. We got the
You don't
magistrate.
need
They
to
realized
take time
that
for
murder has
registration
been
of FIR.
committed.
You don't need a medical board for
They are
registration of
policy.
FIR.
At the moment, at the moment. What are we considering? We are considering 2 or 3 things, as your lordship has put to me.
Not done.
How did these photographs reach the social media?
That's
No, no,
I'll mention all this. How did these photographs reach the media? We have nothing to do with
No,
it.
let
because
us
we
not
cordoned off
trivialize, my lord.
everything. People there took photographs. Came in, took photograph and sent it. Number 2, Malad. Number 2, immediately, Malad, immediately. An unnatural death case, Malad, was started and an investigation was started. Your lordships may be right, Malad, why did it happen? But whatever the parents were doing, we were agreeing with that. We set up a board. We asked the magistrate to come, a judicial magistrate to be present. Everything was videographed. Everything. Was called.
Mr. Sibal, it is the
Application
obligation
was made
of the
before the
authorities of the hospital. The parents are not present in the hospital when the murder. Takes place.
Yes.
It's the obligation of the authorities of the hospital to register an FIR the moment they
45 it was done. 45 done. The letter was sent.
11:45 in the
No, 245 letter was sent. Assistant Superintendent sent a letter of 245 minutes. It is not 11:30. At 2:45 itself, we'll set out all this, Malaj. It's better we set it.
What we Mr.
Lordships may give me 5 minutes, my lord,
Yes.
to further, my lord, to assist your lordships. My lord, first of all, Lord, let us not trivialize on this side, my lord, we are dealing with one incident, but your lordships are rightly looking at a larger picture. But we are dealing with, my lord, a young doctor not only raped by a sexual pervert or perverts, but who was an animal-like instinct, who had an animal-like instinct, the way, my lord, the body was handled. Thereafter, my lord, I don't wish, my lord, to make this a political issue. I would request the state also not to be in a denial mode. 3 hours of the patient parents waiting, my lord, is something we can experience if we put ourselves in that position. Now, my lord, so far as the safety is concerned, my lord, one thing I must bring to your lordship's notice. My lord, the doctors are genuinely, my lord, have a grievance. They are, my lord, they've lost one of their colleagues, my lord, globally. But, my lord, out of, my lord, all states, 23 states have legislations dealing with, my lord, what is called for, my lord, Kerala, my lord, so-and-so Medicare service persons and medical service institutions, prevention of violence and damage or loss to the property act. There are, my lord, I'll give, my lord, the list of acts. My lord, this also the National Task Force, my lord, can
the punishment which is provided under
it's a cognizable, my lord, and
3 years.
3 years. Yes, my lord. It's cognizable, non-bailable. And punishment is 3 years. My lord, this is first. I'll, my lord, place it. The National Task Force, my lord, which our lordships contemplate, can, my lord, go into this, can even make suggestions, and it should be welcome, my lord. My lord, second thing, my lord, which is worrying us is this. My lord, even in a well-organized function, if we want the presence of 500 people in an auditorium, We all know we have to make efforts. 7,000 people at the middle of the night armed with lathis and hockeys, my lord, can never be without the knowledge, if not consent, of the police force. It's complete failure of law and order, my lord, in the entire state.
What time did the vandalization of the hospital take place?
Lord,
Midnight.
midnight, it's at midnight, my lord.
I thought my
7,000
learned
people-
friend, he doesn't want to politicize the matter, Malad. Why is he saying all this?
Now,
Let's-
why this is, my lord, important.
We should be called upon. We'll tell you what happened.
Mr. Solicitor, what we'll do is that we'll...
One more aspect. One more aspect. Lord, and my lord, again, my